Wash our hands. So we need to make sure that we adequately wash our hands. According to your reading material, how long are you supposed to wash your hands for?
15 seconds.
Okay. And tell me some songs that we can sing.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay. So we can kind of sing some songs to let us know that we are going to, that we're doing it for the appropriate amount of time. Okay. These are video checkoffs, so I'm going to be counting how long you're washing your hands. So make sure that you are actually washing your hands for the appropriate amount of time. Okay. So also when your person's recording you, make sure that I can see everything you're doing. Okay. So in preparation for washing my hands, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have everything that I need. So I want to make sure that I have paper towels. I want to make sure that I have a garbage can, a sink, and that I have actual soap in my dispenser. Okay? So that will make sure that I can perform, once I turn the water on, I can perform my hand hygiene. Okay? I also want to inspect my nails, which of course you don't see this fingernail polish on here. It ain't supposed to be there. But you want to make sure your nails, you want to make sure your nails are 1/4 of an inch or less, so that they're, and basically, when you put your hand straight up to your face, if you can see more than just a little bump in your nail, it's too long. Okay? Especially if they come way up, make sure you get those cut. Okay? We want to keep them low, because of course stuff that can get under, that you are not aware of, that can get under your fingernails, you can possibly pass that to your patients and cause them to get sick. So we want to make sure that we're doing that. Okay? Another thing that if you do suspect that your fingers have been soiled underneath for whatever reason, you want to make sure that you have access to like a scrub brush or something like that. So in case you do have to scrub your nails. Okay? So you would just you could verbalize that. We're not going to do scrub brush. Okay? So any questions so far? Yes.
How high do you want us to wash up to?
How high are we supposed to wash up to?
Wrist.
Wrist. Okay. I usually go about halfway up my arm, just because it's out of habit. So that's usually what I do. Okay, but definitely around the wrist. So that means if you have a watch on or anything like that, you want to remove all that kind of stuff when you are before you get ready to wash your hands. Supposed to remove your jewelry as well. Okay. You can wash if you keep your jewelry on, especially if you have just a band, you make sure that you wash it good. Okay. In clinical practice, I of course do not take off my wedding set to wash my hands, but I make sure that I individually wash everything around my ring when I am performing hand hygiene. That's not only washing my hands, but also when I sanitize as well with hand sanitizer. So make sure that you are doing that. Yes, sir.
Can you wash your hands for too long?
Well, you probably
I know
can.
you said 15 to 25 seconds, but are you like at 26? Are you deducting points?
No. You just have to go the minimum. You have to go the minimum amount of time, but it's not too long. Okay. Any other questions so far? Okay, am I doing good so far? As far as my steps?
You are.
Okay.
We are talking about determining the need to wash them longer than 15 seconds.
Yes.
That would be that.
Oh yes. If you have a patient that we said 15 to 25 seconds is normal, correct? Okay. If you have a patient who is immunocompromised or that kind of case, if you're working on the cancer floor, or that you have patients that their immune system is lower, you may want to wash a little longer just to make sure that answers your question. You wash a little longer to make sure that you're adequately getting all the microorganisms you can off your hands. Okay? Is that
And
it?
then of course, to make it to up here, we got to pull our sleeves up. That's
Yes.
you are going to do that. You don't want to get your sleeves wet.
Yes. So before you start, definitely make sure your sleeves are pulled up, so that way you can wash all the way up your arm. Okay? All right? We good? Mm-hmm. Okay. So now we're going to prepare to wash our hands. So we're going to turn on our water. Okay? you all that this water in here gets very hot. Okay? So please make sure you check your temperature of your water. Don't just turn one of them on and the water's burning hot and you trying to suffer through it to get through your checkout. Okay? Because that did happen. So make sure that you have an adequate temperature, that it's not too hot, not too cold. Okay? Then I actually activate your, which is usually it's going to be like this, but I actually activate my motion sensor so I can have a paper towel hanging, okay, so I can be ready to dry my hands off, okay? So,
You're doing good.
okay?
You're
Fine.
gonna pass. You keep talking, you
Yeah.
talking.
Do I wet
Yes.
first?
Okay, so we got the water running, and then of course we all, sometimes there's knee or foot controls. Those are ideal. And then so activate the electronic sensor.
If there's one under here, which there's
and then
not,
wet hands with water,
okay?
and then we're gonna do that wrist to fingers.
Okay.
You don't want to splash any water out of
So
the
you
sink
let it
on the
drip. Do
uniform.
not, I don't want to see people doing this. Don't flick. Don't do this. Okay, you're going to get counted off if you do that. I know it's a habit, but don't do that. So all you do is you just go from your wrist to your fingers, wrist to your fingers. Okay? Let it kind of drip over there. Now I'm going to get some soap.
Dispense about 1 teaspoon of liquid soap into your hands.
Okay? Then, no, of course you wouldn't be turning around doing this, but then you're going to start washing, okay? You're going to wash all surfaces of your hands. You're going to wash up your arms, okay? I'm trying to demonstrate. I'm demonstrating. Make sure if you have a wetting band on, if you didn't remove it, that you take these off. You make sure you wash around all that, okay? Make sure you're getting fingers in between fingers, including your thumb, all fingers, okay?
Front and back.
Right, yes. Then you're washing up your wrist as well. Okay, now, for you all, I'm going to turn my back. You're going to be doing this down here, okay? Try not to touch the sink. So you come up just slightly. Okay. And we're doing this for how long?
15, 20.
Okay. All right. So now I feel like I'm good, and I've done sung my song twice, and I'm ready to go. Okay. So now I want to do the same way. Okay. Do not flick at this point. Let them drip here. Okay. Then I'm going to tear off the paper towel. Okay. And I'm going to dry wrist to fingertip. Okay. One time. Okay. Throw away. Activate. Wrist to fingertip. Throw away. Wrist to fingertip. Throw away. Wrist to fingertip. And throw away. Okay? Then I'm going to use the paper towel and turn my water off. And throw away. And I've washed my hands. Thank you very much.